Hello, welcome back to Season 5. We're continuing the experimental season with another experimental topic, and that is something that we all get a little bit nervous about. Our hearts start racing, and we start thinking about security and safety and well-being, and that is scary things. That's the theme for today. Scary things are scary for a lot of reasons. You might not be living anymore. You might not. You might think about terrible pain, extreme pain. There's many reasons why horror is bad, and we're going to delve into all those reasons it's bad today. So, come on and follow me into the studio bedroom. Turning off the light because it's polite. And here is co-host Van.
It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. And I have a little bit of mixed feelings right now because it's great to be back, for one, that's for sure. But also I'm a little scared. It's a little sensitive being so scared with you, the viewer. So I don't know if Tam told you, but we just saw the movie Get Out. Did you tell him about that?
No, I didn't.
We just saw a movie called Get Out. And that was a scary, scary, scary movie. But then we looked online, and they said that the movie only cost $5 million to make, and it's being projected that it's probably going to make between $160 and $170 million worldwide during its initial run. And that's not counting home video stuff. And by home video, what I mean now is Netflix or whatever sort of streaming platform they have a contract with. So now we're talking $250 million, and it only costs $5 million to make. Of course, there's going to be other costs factored into that with the release of the streaming platforms. But still, that's a lot of money. So we decided that we would make an episode about horror movie, about being scared, about being about horror.
On this episode, we spent a lot less than $5 million. Our budget is only, I would say, about less than $5 for today.
Less than $5
because we did do the laundry as usual. We did fresh sheets, and I did get some chocolate on the way here.
That's your
some
CVS. It's CVS,
and that is an expense, even though it is food. It was for the pre-production. And we're not expecting to make 200 million, but maybe we're going to get a couple more viewers because people like scary things. Obviously, money talks.
Money talks. And this is all related to how money talks and how we're bringing it back to experimentalism, and we're talking about being scared.
Was that inside or outside? Scary things they're important because they remind us that we're alive. They remind us that we're alive in the biggest sense of the word.
True.
Alive.
Very true. Now, Tam, I have a question for you about fear and about horror and all these sorts of issues that we're talking about today. Can you remember a specific period in your life, any period in your life, where you were legitimately horrified? Because I have one in my mind, and I'm curious if you have one in your mind, a time that you were horrified.
That's a great question, Van. Great question. I would have to say that my fears have changed over time. When I was a very young child, I was afraid of being eaten alive by a large tiger. But fears change. The tiger became my favorite animal when I was in middle school. It's actually my favorite animal.
Is it still your favorite animal?
I like it, but I don't really have a favorite animal anymore. I think they're all endangered in a sense. So I can't be too attached to them.
Some of my scariest times when I was a little boy, little wee lad, and I had incredible parents, right? My parents, if any of the viewers know my parents, they know that my parents are great. Barbara and John, some of the best. They're really great. Greatest people.
Parents.
But I was convinced when I was a kid that they were going to kill me, that they were going to come into my room and kill me. And I'm not sure how they were going to do it, but I was very convinced that they were going to do it. Tam, did you ever think that your parents were going to kill you, or any of your brothers, Rex, Thor, Ramses, or Darius? Were you concerned that any of them would kill you? And if so, which one would be the most likely that you think might kill you?
I tried to kill one of my brothers. Not intentionally. But I tried to hurt him very seriously.
Which brother?
Thor. He called me a bad word, and I was very upset. And I was chasing him around the kitchen table, and I grabbed a knife, and I threw it with all of my might. And that knife struck him.
When was this?
Between 1998 and 2000. It's between 8 and 10 years old. And it was a vicious and emotionally extreme event. And luckily, the butt end of the knife hit my brother. The butt end.
Yeah, the handle.
Just the handle. So he wasn't hurt. I was spanked severely.
Who spanked you?
Papa.
Papa spanked you.
Yep. He chased me down, ran through the house at full speed, chased me through all the different corridors and hallways to the back room, jumped on the bed. Big spanking.
Was he screaming at you?
Oh, yeah. Don't ever do that again. Yeah.
Do you have nightmares about that?
No. That was outside. That was outside. It's a little bit scary right now with all the noises, so maybe you should tell a scary story.
Well, I'm going to make it short because we're trying to keep this episode short because that's what YouTube wants. They've been talking with us about keeping it short.
It's 9:50,
9:15.
9:14,
I'll wrap
9:15,
it up.
9:16.
I'll wrap it up quick. But there's a story that takes place in... Oh, yeah.
We should get the proper lighting
we should
for a
get the
story.
proper lighting for a story like this. Just gotta make sure.
Is it on?
Yeah. So, the story takes place in my hometown of Cambria, California. It's a very scary place. It's a small town of 6,000 people right on the coast, right on the ocean. And a lot of fog rolling in from the Pacific up into the hills, through the pines, and you never really know what's happening because there's so much fog and there's so many dark corners of avenues and streets winding through. Well, back in the day when I was in 4th grade, I had a teacher, Ms. Lynch. She told me a story, the story of the trapper. The trapper was a Native American back in the day, back before the white man. And he was very upset, and he was riding his bicycle through the forest, and all of a sudden, before he knew it, the bicycle disappeared into the tree. Fast forward 2,000 years. Little Jimmy Jones is walking home from school up in the hills of Cambria. Normal day. No big deal. What's that? What's that? What's that? He looks into the trees. Looks up into the trees, way up there. Way up into the trees. It's the trapper. The trapper's up in the trees. Still there. Still waiting for his moment. With his bicycle. Up in the trees. That's it. That's the story.
Van, tell me the trapper's not here. Tell me the trapper's not here. I hear him. Van.
The moral of the story is never, ever ride your bicycle in the forest at night, especially if there's a trapper. Okay, we'll turn the lights back on now. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, we got the lights back on. So I guess with the scary stories, the scary movie, and things that we're all afraid of,
Yeah.
and that give us dread, we can kind of picture scariness in a different way.
Yeah.
In fact, a positive way.
A
Really.
positive
It's
way.
kind of a
Yeah,
catharsis,
it's a
and
catharsis,
in one way, it's a pendulum swinging to
Left,
the dark
right,
side to bring us
dark
back to the light
yeah,
side.
yeah.
Got some hair in my lip. With that, we think everyone should go out and see Get Out. It's a great movie.
Great movie,
Great
and
movie.
it's just doing even better at the box office. The more that time goes by, the more money it's making at the box office. So we think everyone should go see it at the movies,
We're going to share a link of the trailer at the in the info section of
as
this
well
clip,
as a link to Fandango where you can buy tickets online for Get Out.
and also Rotten Tomatoes link, so you can see that 99% of people have a
99%.
favorable impression of it.
I guess without further ado, sorry, I'm not. I don't know about you, but
That was further outside. That was further away, outside.
we just need to go. We need to go, and I'm not sure if it's possible on a night like this, but I hope that you try to
Sleep well.